Hi Leo, I hope you're doing well. Leo, I'm really sorry about the lighting today. The sun is just right in my face. It's the winter sun, so it's setting like very, very low, and I'm sat in front of a massive window. I've tried to move and find a different position, but I mean, anywhere that I sit, it's in my eyes. So hopefully I've managed to make it through the last two videos that I've just recorded. Hopefully I'll make it through yours as well. I won't end up blind by the end of it, but yeah, if I end up kind of shuffling quite a lot or I'm fidgeting a bit, then it's because I'm getting blinded. So there are no dates on these readings, Leo. Is no timestamps or anything like that. So whenever the message finds you, that's absolutely fine. Oh, there's like a weird shadow on my neck from my curl. Sorry, I got really distracted then. Yeah, there's no dates or times on these videos, so whenever the message finds you, that's fine if it resonates. It's not restricted by that. Please don't try and force the message to fit, Leo. If a message is for you, you will truly know, you'll feel it resonating within your heart, and you won't have to second guess it. So yeah, just please don't force the message to fit, because then sometimes people can get misinformation if you know they're really desperately looking for a message and then they try and make things fit to their situations, and then you know then you're sort of taking guidance that isn't necessarily for you. But you'll know, Leo, if the message is for you, and if it's not, then hopefully the next video will have something instead for you. And then Leo, please feel free to swap and reverse the roles however you need. If I'm saying that one side of the story is Leo, but you're interpreting the other side much more like you, then that's fine. Just swap and reverse however you need. And same goes for any cross watchers. It's just easier for me if I interpret it all from like one angle of a story, because otherwise it can get quite confusing otherwise. So without further ado, Leo, let's get into your reading. So let's start with a different deck actually. The last two readings I just did was Gemini and Cancer, and they all sort of went through the same order of the decks, but I haven't had this deck out today yet. Look at this gorgeous bag. Etsy, my friends. I can't remember the shop where I got it from, but yeah, I'll have to post it in the description. But this deck hasn't come out yet today, so this is the first time it's making an appearance, so that's intriguing. Leo, a message for Leo, please. My fiery lions and lionesses. Okay. Oh my gosh, this card is gorgeous. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, it's really frustrating me, the light. I'm so sorry, Leo, because this is such a stunning card. Hold on, you can kind of see it a little bit better like that. Look how that card is glowing. Lordy. Gosh, that's beautiful. It's so archaic, isn't it? It's so occult. I love it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kind of like sit back here, otherwise you're not really gonna be able to truly sort of see the card, and I really want you to see how beautiful that is. Okay, so this is the Eight of Pentacles, but I don't really use this deck based on traditional tarot interpretations, because I think the imagery is just so rich. I much prefer to sort of go with it intuitively. There's something about you, Leo, that is exceptionally honing your craft. You're putting so much time, energy, and like manifestation and like force and actual like your actual chi, right? Your actual life force is starting to really go into your craft now. So whatever this represents for you, whether you're a student of the occult or paganism or anything like that, or whether this is just your craft, maybe you're a craftsmanship and you like to build things, or you create art, or you're a scientist, however it fits for you, Leo. There's something about the Leos that I'm connecting with, though, who is just like, you've just turned up the notch. You've gone from like maybe 2 to like an 11. It's like you've just gone whoosh, and put in suddenly so much of that fiery Leo energy into your craft, honing your skills, widening and broadening your knowledge, collecting new sources of information, that it's like the power that you are generating right now. Sorry, I'm gonna have to hold it at a weird angle. The power that you're generating right now, Leo, is like exponential, right? It's like a lot, okay? It's like it's so faint, but you won't probably be able to see it on camera, But just behind this individual here, there's like actually a doorway that's opening up. So you actually might be someone who is practicing witchcraft right now. And it's like, whatever it is, the amount of sheer energy that you're producing, Leo, is almost creating like a gateway, right? It's creating a doorway. Don't be frightened. If you are a student of the occult and you know you're practicing witchcraft or you're practicing anything like that, obviously there is the potential to open doorways, but I'm not getting anything negative from this. It's not like, oh my god, you've opened a doorway to something and now you can't close it. It's not like that. It's not that kind of a vibe, right? This is all good vibes that is coming off of this card. Like, it's just so beautiful. I really wish they would focus. Like, this person present just looks absolutely in their element, just completely in the flow. You know when they say like artists or athletes enter a state of flow, it's like when they're so locked into their profession or their craft or their skill that it's like they're just hitting it on the head completely, like completely perfectly. They're so in the zone. It's like everything else just kind of falls away. All their focus goes into what they're doing, and because so much of their chi, their life force, their prana is being pushed into whatever it is they're putting their focus on, it's just creating an absolutely formless, perfect production of whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. And it's like, because you're putting in all of that hard work, all of that focus, all of that energy, it is opening this doorway, right? It's opening doors for you, or it's opening gateways for you. Now, this can be interpreted either as it's opening a gateway in the mind, right? So you're starting to peel back layers of yourself and go deeper within yourself, and you're starting to navigate through hallways of your mind and your consciousness that you've never necessarily explored before. It could be like that. It could be that you're opening, obviously, communication with spirit, you know, and that is sort of opening a doorway for you, a doorway of communication, because obviously she is practicing the occult here, like she is doing an archaic study. Or it could be that, you know, you're in your profession and you're putting so much effort into producing good standards of work that it's starting to open doorways for you. So I'm going to get some more, because it usually ends up getting more specific as we carry on through the reading. So hold on, which deck do I want? No, we still want to stay with the same deck. Yeah, we still want this deck. Okay, so I'm just going to end the card for you, Leo. Kind of want to know what this gateway is. More information, please. My Leos. 2 cards. Sorry, Leo, I just got scratch. Got an itch, Leo. Got an itch. Oh, okay. Okay. The Tower and the 8 of Cups. I kind of wish the sun was still out now, because it was really bringing out the colours of the card. I really need a better camera because the colours just really aren't showing vividly. Okay, hold on, Leo. Just give me a moment. Sorry if you can hear my tummy rumbling as well. I just had some crackers. So, obviously the traditional interpretation of the Tower card, right, is a breakdown of foundations, a breakdown of things that we thought were secure, and it can be something that really shakes up and rocks up our world, and can be sometimes, you know, really, really traumatic. It can be really shocking. It can just be like a scary wake-up call that we didn't want, right? Or a horrible event that happened that has caused our direction to shift onto another path, right? But I'm not getting a bad vibe from the Tower, Leo. I'm really drawn to just this huge beam of light that's poured down into the Tower. I know she looks really distressed in the card, but I'm not seeing it like that. I'm actually seeing it more like, you see how she has her hands over her ears? It's almost like something's been trying to get through to you for a while, or like maybe it be an inner voice, or it be potentially like, you know, people in your environment, friends, family, have been trying to talk to you and getting through to you, and like Leo's just kind of been like hands on the ears. No, 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 I don't want to hear it, right? Or you've been blocking out some sort of a communication, right? So if this is you pursuing like, you know, occult study, it's like perhaps you felt a feeling of being drawn to the craft for a long time and you've kind of been ignoring it until something happened, and it's like you can't ignore it anymore. It's like something's come into your life and been like, right, you know you should be doing this, you know which path you should be taking, you know which gateway you should be doing or opening, sorry. It's like something came in and it's like you can't ignore it any longer. You're being called to go on this journey, you're being called to go on this path, to walk away from the known, to walk away from what's safe, and leaving a certain level of familiarity behind and venturing on this new journey that you're feeling called to. It's like you can't ignore it any longer. Does that make sense, Leo? Sorry, I'm like looking at this card here and I'm like trying to connect it to this card, because like, you know, I was saying about how it's like opened gateways, right? So it's like you dabbling in whatever this is, or you put, it's not even really dabbling, is it? Because suddenly it's like you've dabbled for a while in whatever this was, this craft of whatever description, this profession, this skill. You've dabbled in it for a while, but suddenly it's like you're being called to go from like apprentice to like, right, now I need to really be I'm putting in serious energy into this now. And now that I've done that, it's almost like you've literally stated to the universe, because you've put so much power and intent and manifestation into it, you've stated to the universe that you know, you're almost forging a potential new path, and the universe has responded like, okay, well, we're going to come in and shake things up for you now so that you can't deny it any longer. You're being really called to go on a journey of some description, Leo, whether it be an inner journey. Sorry, I should be holding the cards this way because then you can see the colours a lot better. Being called to go on an inner journey, being called to go on an external journey, however it sort of plays out in your life. But the moon's pulling you to it, right? You're being pulled down the path. It's like the moon is illuminating certain bits of the path forward for you. It's like you can't quite see the end goal just yet, but you're not meant to, Leo. You're not meant to see the end goal just yet. You're only meant to see the first few bits of the steps that you're meant to take forward, right? But it's like you've gone from this sort of like chaotic energy here to like this water is so calm in the sea. Like it's so beautifully calm and tranquil. Sorry, the light is going all sorts of weird. 2 seconds, Leo, sorry. Okay, this is what I was wanting to come through. If you were to ignore that call, right, any longer, whatever that calling is for you, if you were to ignore this calling any longer, then things would have gone chaotic. The universe would have stepped in and would have started being like, right, you're not listening now. We've tried to guide you, we've tried to inform you, we've tried to nudge you in the right direction, and you're just not listening. You know, you're trying to act like you're oblivious to it, but deep down you know what you should be doing, where you should be going, what you should be spending your time doing. It's like things might have started to get a bit chaotic then if you hadn't have listened to that call, or if you hadn't have acted when you did act, right? But you did act in time. It's almost like when the last cup would have been placed on there, it would have been like, right, universe, is time to step in now, because you're not listening, you're not following guidance. And you know, when we think of spirit guides and you know, everything like that, everything that they do is to push and nudge us in the correct direction according to what our soul's purpose is, or according to what we came here to experience, what we came here to live through, to learn through, right? We have free will, though. We have complete free will, and because we have free will, unless we request, right, for intervention, or we request for help, or things like that, or we request for their aid in our life, they can't do anything. They kind of just have to stand on the sidelines, right? They're like unemployed. They can't do anything because you haven't employed them. You haven't given them, the statement of like, right, I would like your help. I'm confused. I don't know which path to go down, or, But when it gets to a critical point where we might be potentially going down a path that is really not for us, or that might hold potential danger, or really negative experience that we are not here to live through, that's when they have to step in, regardless of free will, as a protective force, right? Like as an actual protection. Then they have to step in and be like, right, you're not listening now. So now we have to induce the tower moment. It's like this gentle stream of light has been pouring into you, pouring into your awareness, pouring into your consciousness for a while, and making you aware of the situation and making you aware of what you needed to change. And you were ignoring it. And if you had carried on ignoring it too much longer, like I said, as soon as this last cup had gone down, it's like you would have reached a critical juncture. I feel like a juncture is also the right word, because you have like astrological junctures, don't you? Anyway, it's like a crossroads, right? You were going to reach a crossroads, which was going to send you down the wrong path, because we are here with a certain preset plan that we've decided as souls, no one else, that we've personally decided, of what we want to do, what we want to experience in life, who we want to meet, who we want to be with, who we want to share things with, There's like a certain bit of a path that's sort of laid out, and it is our guides, our angels' job, that when we're not making the right decisions necessarily, or we're not going down the right path, it is their job to almost step in as a loving and guiding and protective force. That's why they're teachers, right? But luckily, Leo, you listened to the call, but you got close, man. You got close of almost making the wrong decision, or almost going down the wrong path. You were close, and they nearly stepped in, but you heard the call at the right time, and you took your hands off your ears, and you avoided this tower moment. It's like you avoided the tower moment because you listened and you took action, and you started down this path without needing this huge sort of eruption in your life. And so it's almost like they're coming through. I mean, I've only had 3 cards this reading, but this is such a rich source of information that's coming through. It's like they're coming through now and being like, we're really proud of you, Leo. We're really proud of you, because if you carried on down that path, that was the wrong gateway. But now, because it's like you've shifted your focus completely into something else. Sorry, the light's going crazy. Because you've shifted your focus into something else, and you're fully stepping into your power. I mean, look how powerful this individual is here. So powerful. The amount of energy this individual is creating, right? Because you're stepping fully into your power, and you made the right decision, and you're putting all the focus into whatever this new thing is now for you. You've opened the right gateway. Does that make sense? And you're on the right path now. So keep following that intuition, Leo. Keep following that inner guidance. Keep following the pull of the moon, the pull of your intuition. Feel your way through situations. Feel your way through life to an extent, right? Trust your gut instincts, because I think you avoided something that could have been, if it wasn't, obviously this is a general reading, right? So if it wasn't going to be something that was going to be potentially dangerous for you, or potentially damaging to your own personal growth and your own personal path, then it's just something, you just avoided a certain level of chaos, right? if you want to take it as a light interpretation, you just avoided a certain level of chaos and confusion. So you just took the easier path, right? Because you took the right path. You're in flow. What I was saying before, you're in the flow, right? You're in the flow, you're in the right path, the right state of mind. You can see clearly, you can feel clearly. But there's definitely a big chunk of you out there where your guides are sort of coming through and they're wanting to be like, we are really proud of you, Leo. And they're literally in your sidelines just cheering you on, man. Cheering you on and being like, Leo's wise. Leo's hearing our guidance. Even if it doesn't necessarily come through in like an active force of like you're someone who sits and meditates and tries to connect with your vibes. I mean that too, but you know, if you're not someone who tries to like sit down and actively connect with your guides, it's like, you know, those little nudges that we get, those little inklings in our mind that tell us, oh, we should be here, or we should be there, or we should do this, we should do that. You know, that's all sort of our own personal development that we've learned through life experience, but it's also the people watching out for us, or the beings watching out for us on the other side as well, who are trying to nudge us and guide us in the right direction. So that's really beautiful. They're very proud of you, Leo. Okay, Leo, it feels like it wants to end there. That was a really beautiful, awesome reading. Leo, I hope there was something in there for you. If not, hopefully there will be something in the next video. But I hope you have a wonderful day, Leo, and I hope you enjoyed the message. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye, Leo.